Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Future Stars Harvey Barnes card. We're going to go through the players' detailed stats, clips and summary. Before we get into all of that, if I could ask you guys to please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when I upload, and comment down below who you'd like me to review next. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, this is the team that I used Harvey Barnes in. I switched him into the cam spot. This is actually a new card that I've got here, a first owner tradable Haji, but we'll get into that in another review, guys. I used Barnes in this team here and played him in the cam slot, and he did some good bits for me there, but where he did his best work was up front or on the wing. So guys, that's really where I tried to focus this card on. My first impressions of this card, what a sensational card. I mean, guys, for an 88 rated card with the face stats that he has, I think this card's absolutely fantastic. Let's just get straight into it. So 5'11", high medium work rates, right footed, 3-star skill moves and 4-star weak foot. So that's pretty good all around. The 4-star skill moves would be nice for you skillers out there, but overall I think this card did absolutely fantastic. Now bear in mind this is Division 1, 6 games played, 11 goals scored and 2 assists. He did really well for me. Really great return in terms of his finishing, and that was really the biggest thing for me, guys, was his finishing was sensational for me. I did put a Hunter chemistry style on him, and maybe that's why I like the shooting the most. His passing is a little bit wayward at times with the longer balls, especially those balls where you're slicing through defenses with a through ball, but overall I think his passing is pretty good. His dribbling is excellent as well, and his shooting, wow, that was really an excellent part of his game too. Getting into it straight away, let's just get into the stats. Key pros of this card: the 93 acceleration, 97 attack positioning, and guys, I think the agility is actually a real big pro on this card, and I don't know if it's because of his body type, but 89 agility, it feels higher than that. He feels a lot faster on the ball than you would imagine, and then to go with all of that as well is 90 stamina, so that's really excellent as well. In terms of the key cons of this card, and as you guys can see straight away, what I mentioned from the feel, and that ties in with the stats, the 75 long pass, that's a bit of an issue for me, guys, especially when you're trying to play those longer through balls. He does sometimes mess them up. And otherwise, guys, there isn't really a con of this card that I can see. I love everything about how this card plays, really. He was a really phenomenal card for me in terms of just being able to do everything that I needed him to do in the attacking sense, with the exception of the long ball, even shooting outside the box as well. He was absolutely fantastic at that too. Finally, if we get into the traits, long shot taker and outside the foot shot trait, both nice traits to have as well, especially if you're going to use him as a winger or as a striker as well. So really nice player to have there, and some nice traits to go with him. And now that we've covered all of that, guys, we're going to get into some of the clips. Let's go to the tape. So guys, getting into some of Harvey Barnes' clips here, and what you guys are going to see is where I enjoyed using him the most, at the cam position and then out wide. Now a lot of the time I would bring him inside from the cam position to create better shots for him and to create goal scoring opportunities, and what this card was really good at was that burst of speed followed by some very quick dribbling. And that was something that I really loved about this card, guys. And I think because I boosted his shooting with the Hunter, what that meant was when he got in and around the box with that amazing dribbling, good speed, a decent amount of strength as well, was that he was absolutely lethal in front of goal. For the most part for me, I thought he was absolutely great overall, just in terms of finishing off the chances. I did try to do some more difficult stuff with him as well. And despite all of that, I ended up with 11 goals in 6 games with him, which really is a testament to how good this card is. Was that you're seeing the misses that he got right now, imagine there's still 11 goals where he managed to score for me. So overall, guys, I thought this card was fantastic. Now don't get me wrong, it's not just about his shooting. He can play those passes as well, and I do think this card is capable of playing the attacking mid spot. However, if you are a Leicester fan or you're looking to perfect link him into your team and you do have that informed James Maddison in your team, then this card is perfectly capable of playing out on the wing. He's able to use that speed and compete with the fullbacks. He's not necessarily quicker than them all, but he's got the dribbling to compete with them and a reasonable burst of speed, so that once you're past them, you can stay past them and create goal scoring opportunities or finish off chances that he gets. Now this was one of the rare occasions where he didn't slot it away from me. I was so shocked by it. But for the most part, he really did do well for me. His aggression level is good too, wins the ball back well, sets up chances. I mean, that's a lovely pass. Just the weight on that was terrific in terms of how he played. And overall, guys, when you see some of the finishes that he was putting away as well, you really are going to understand how good this card was for me. And we're going to get into it right now. How's that for a bottom corner finish? Really clipping it off the post there, I think, as well, which is just perfection. Again here, taking it on the turn, the dribbling freezes the defender, and we're able to get the easy finish there as well. And over again, guys, I would put him into these situations, and look at that for a goal. I mean, so often he was doing that, where he would just cut in on his right foot and smash it into the back of the net. At this point, this guy actually just just froze in the midfield. He didn't even want to play anymore, so at which point I cut off the goal scoring clips. But again, he gets that little bit of luck, but is getting into those positions and creating the opportunities that he is really good at. In this last clip here, you guys are going to see the final goal, which he scored, another low finish, I believe. We pick up the ball here and smashes that into the bottom corner. So guys, getting into this final Harvey Barnes summary. Now, as you guys can see, his price has dropped again from where I was yesterday. It was 510 when I bought and sold him. 475 now. These prices are dropping fast, so do pay attention to when they hit their lowest point. You'll be able to get some bargains. I think this is a very good price for this card. I would like to see it maybe slightly lower to feel like I really got value for my coin. But overall, guys, I think this card is absolutely fantastic. The stat line for him is great, and that acceleration is really good, along with that agility, which is sat down here at 89. I do think that is higher than it suggests, and maybe because his overall dribbling is so good, this card does feel quicker on the ball than he should be. 97 positioning as well is fantastic, along with 90 finishing and a good level of composure, which means that his finishing was bang on point for the most part for me, and I really did enjoy that part of his game. In terms of recommended chemistry style, guys, now I did use the Hunter because I wanted him out wide scoring goals and giving me a good return, and you can see what that does to his stats when you put the Hunter on. It brings his pace right up and his shooting right up as well. However, you could boost him a number of ways. If I was to suggest another chemistry style for you, I would maybe suggest the Maestro. I don't think his pace needs that much, and boosting everything else on his technical side would really allow you guys to take advantage of how this card can play, especially as a winger or as an attacking midfielder in this case too. Getting into the similar players, guys. Now, Serge Gnabry is a very good shout. I think this card is a better finisher than Serge Gnabry. This Serge Gnabry was very inconsistent for me. I thought the Harvey Barnes was a lot more consistent in the finishing department for me. He may be very similar to Spiegel. I haven't actually tried him out yet, but certainly Serge Gnabry is a good shout. Finally, getting into the link ability, we'll go down here for a second. You can see he links to all versions of Jamie Vardy and James Maddison in a perfect way. Strong links, of course, to Trent Alexander-Arnold, Harry Kane, all the English icons, Raheem Sterling. Of course, you've got a weak link to that Wayne Rooney, as well as a strong link to that Team of the Year honourable mention, Jack Grealish. Please do that card, guys. If you've done that card, then you've got a really good card in there to link him to as well. Overall, guys, my final opinion on this card, would I recommend buying him or not? Yes, I would. This card is fantastic, especially as a good way to fit in Rooney to your team and link him to a PL side. I think this card does a really good job of bridging that gap, and is a very usable card, and will be until we hit Team of the Season time, when you'll be able to pick up a cheaper player or a better player for the same price. I do think this card is absolutely fantastic and definitely worth investing into. Hope you guys did enjoy this review. If you did, please do smash that like button, and until next time, I'll see you all in a bit.